Do you remember
Our initial challenge.
when the Catholic Crusaders
Okay, it says it's gonna
sacked
be
Constantinople and took our
We have
beautiful
all
Roman
hostile
Empire
neighbors.
away from us?
That's what it says.
But here
We
in
have
Epirus,
our faction strength is
we have
strong
never
infantry
forgotten. They
and
put
cavalry, and
pretenders
our faction
on the
weakness
throne
is
of
disloyal
Constantinople.
nobles.
Well, we will have
So let's
our revenge.
let's do this shit.
That is after we watched one of the most badass intro cutscenes. CA, I hope you're watching this. Take notes.
We are the mere shadow of an empire that once ruled it all, left behind in the dust as the world around us moves on and forgets our civilized ways. The legacy we built crumbles before us as our homeland is conquered by the lords of the West. While our capital is ransacked by crusaders, the Turks close in from the east. We are threatened on all sides, yet there is still hope, for we are Romans.
Dude, this is a sweet ass intro.
We are a proud people with victory and triumph running through our veins. We are resilient, having overcome greater challenges in the past. We are the remnants of the greatest empire the world has ever seen. And we will fight with the strength of our ancestors to take back what is rightfully ours. We are destined to restore our mighty empire and rule the world once more.
Dude, that was a sweet ass intro video.
After overlooking our
We
strategic
start with one
situation,
province.
we set off to think of the
Our
proper
goals.
course
Okay, we're definitely gonna want
of action.
Thessalonica.
how we
We're gonna want
can
Constantinople over here 'cause it's
once
probably
rise
the
again
biggest.
from the ashes and rebuild something that is
We want
truly
Achaia
great,
over here.
that all the world
I mean, we could
will
do
once
this.
again
I don't think
admire.
it'll take us long to unite
We
Greece.
came upon the conclusion
What's our
that the
unit
faults
roster
of the
look
previous Roman empires
like? Oh, dude, the portrait
were their
is pretty sweet.
unquenchable
For our,
thirst for
Cyril and
conquests,
our king.
a conquest that has always stretched too far and led them on a
Unit
course
roster, that's what it's looking
to
like.
implosion every time.
Good.
We
There's no
decided
crossbowmen, which is good.
the
I
best,
don't like using crossbowmen.
the most
in
achievable
Total War
goal
games.
For the
I
rebirth
think
for the Roman
I think they
Empire
might have fixed it with an update, but
would be
crossbowmen can't shoot over walls
to
and
unite
stuff,
Greece
and they can't shoot over troops
under
in
a
front of
single,
them, like
true
regular
Roman
bow and
banner.
arrows can.
For it is the Greeks that are now the true Romans.
It'll show
After
100
reforming our
plus
army
super
and
green
deciding on the
relations
economic course of our
and
nation,
they'll declare
we
war.
noticed the Venetians trespassing our
We
land.
100 plus super green
We were quite
relations
weary,
allied, and they'll still
for the
see those
Venetians
things.
played no small
What's this
part
army doing on our
on the
lands?
Second Constantinople, supplying the Crusaders with the naval forces necessary, and they have the nerve to violate our nation's sovereignty.
Look, everybody's just running.
Well, we will
getting
never
raiding our
forget
lands.
what was done
Oh no, they got
by
attacked.
the Doge and his
They got attacked
goons.
and retreated.
So we decide
We don't want
to
sit here
immediately
on
take
peace.
action.
It's called Total War, not Total Peace.
We decide to send a diplomat to send a formal declaration of war, and they are quickly joined by their allies, the pretenders on the throne of Constantinople. But we do not fear, for revenge shall be ours
Look at that
on
battle
this
advantage we
glorious
have.
day.
I want to control the fight the battle on the field of battle.
Our armies march to the front line with great eagerness and anticipation for the upcoming battle. They too have long sought this revenge, and know that an army marching for what is right can never be wrong. As the army steps into formation, they know this day will decide the fate of all true Romans everywhere in the world. We initiate the battle with a surprise charge into the vulnerable military units, quickly sending the rest of the enemy formations into a state of panic and confusion. We initiate with great precision a second surprise cavalry charge. The enemy, realizing they must do something now, quickly march to meet us, instead of being left for the slaughter of our cavalry. With the enemy approaching, our archers unleash devastating volleys into the enemy lines. I'm sure our enemies now are regretting past decisions. With the first wave of their troops hitting our shield wall, our men stand proud, valiant, and ready to take back their honor, one sword stroke at a time. The enemy send waves of cavalry and infantry, hoping to discourage us and break our lines. But our men stand and fight against their tyranny, and very soon into the battle, the Doge of Venice dies at the hands of Roman soldiers. With the fight raging on viciously, and the men down there fighting like ravaged dogs, our Roman soldiers feel the morale of the enemy begin to waver in their hearts. Our men begin to push forward with great ferocity, and not long after, the ranks begin to break, and they run like the true cowards they are. The army falls apart, and we begin slaughtering them like the fleeing swine they are. With the most decisive of victories secured, rumors start spreading throughout the world of another true great Roman army. We decide to ransom the captured enemy to help pay for the new army reforms, for we know these cowards will not return to face us, not again. With our armies fully recovered and rested, we decide to move on our momentum and declare war on the puppet of the pretender empire of Constantinople, the kingdom of Thessalonica, and take the lands that should truly and rightfully be ours. We decide to set siege to the capital of Thessalonica, hoping that with the enemy outnumbering us 2-1, we could lure them out from behind the castle walls. But to our surprise, their masters marched forward to the raid with a massive army, and even the most bravest of Romans
Yeah, we can't take
must
that.
know when to walk away to fight another day.
Because that's 4 stacks, dude. 4 stacks. Order?
We hastily
No,
plan
they're
our
not.
withdrawal and begin planning our next
Do this.
move. We begin raiding
Then
the countryside
raid and act
to help
That
sustain
should-
our army
until they attack our raid
and come up with a plan. We decide our only course of action is to make a deal with our greatest enemy.
Come then.
We offered him a large tribute to make their armies march away
Speak without delay.
so we can take
Payment.
Thessalonica and begin the path of reuniting Greece under the Roman, the true Roman banner. And just as we thought, our enemies, with their numerical advantage, felt brave and decided to sally out forth to meet us outside their city walls.
Disease outbreak.
With our armies, information, and ready to withstand the enemy onslaught. Our brave soldiers know that this battle marks the beginning of what it truly means to be Roman. That this battle will decide the fate of their children and their children's children for generations to come. That they must stand strong and steadfast and be brave in the face of great adversary. As the lines of our units get ever closer, the armies exchange volleys of arrows against one another. The men know that this battle will not be easy like the one against Venice, that this battle will truly test their resolve and courage. And as the arrows exchange both ways, we see the enemy reinforcements pouring in. We can only hope that our men stand strong as their first charge with heavy cavalry run into our lines, hoping to break us right away. Our men stand and fight with great courage and fend off their first cavalry charge. But we repeated heavy cavalry charges directly into our front lines over and over again. The beginning casualties of the battle were heavy for both sides. They eventually managed to tear a gap right into our formation. We must act hastily as they keep moving more and more knights trying to break us. We stand our ground and are able to fill a gap with a shield wall of heavy swordsmen. But what they didn't know is that we had cavalry of our own hidden in the woods, and we were able to catch them off guard. With the cavalry fighting and keeping them busy, we quickly circle around their unit while we feign a retreat. They attack them from the rear, surprising and sending their knights in a state of disarray. As their knights fight on, the battle continues rages as more and more reinforcements pour in. The enemy seems keen to win a victory here today. We sent a unit of hidden skirmisher cavalry out from the woods to try to disorganize their formations and put them in a state of confusion to give us some kind of advantage in this overwhelming situation.
A unit has fired all of its ammunition.
Finally begin making the first serious charge of infantry against our walls, and our men stand steadfast, knowing that today's victory is one that will last in eternity if only they can achieve it. With gruesome fighting breaking out between two highly trained and motivated armies, the blood toll runs high on both sides. as they fight vigorously to try to break one another. Luckily, our men refuse to lose heart and give face, for they know that they are fighting for a truly righteous cause, and that today's choice could only be victory. And today is a matter of victory or death for all Romans. As the battle rages on, we send the rest of our cavalry out to break apart the rest of their army and relieve the pressure on the front lines. Our cavalry know that today they must be brave, for the men on the ground, the men fighting on foot, are depending on them to make this victory whole. With the enemy unable to break a resolve on the right flank of the front line, they lose heart and begin retreating in mass. The enemy, watching their allies flee on the right flank of the center, begin to lose face, and after savage fighting, soon also begin to initiate their own retreat. But the battle is far from over, with the enemy still holding massive reserves. They begin to send them in to help replace the soldiers they have fleeing from the battle. With the final bloody clashes initiating on this gruesome, horrid battlefield, our men know that they just hold on a little bit longer, their enemy will not be able to hold, and they will break. And like true Romans, they finally take the field for their true emperor and succeed in winning a victory on this bloody, bloody day. With their army beginning to stay in full retreat, we quickly send our cavalry to chase them down and capture as many prisoners as we can, so we can claim ransom in the name of our emperor and our Roman ambitions. After such a great victory, our men are fueled with triumph and stand proudly as they feel in their heart they know that they are true Romans this day. This battle has won us many spoils and captives. We quickly ransomed them to help pay for the cost of this great war. With their army pretty much annihilated, we're quick to take the great city of Thessalonica. The city may now rest easy knowing that they're under the banner of true and proud Romans. That brings us one step closer to unifying Greece. Well, thanks for watching, guys. And if you made it this far into the video, I'd like to call for you now to please like, subscribe, and possibly even share this video. I truly had a lot of fun playing as Epirus in this video, and I would like to get a second part out as soon as possible. And if y'all guys really do like this video and want to see more of this content, just let me know in the comments, and I'll do my best to make it happen. Thanks, guys. Over and out. And we need to definitely gotta convert that Catholic priority right away. Hold on one second. I'm gonna go grab my leftovers. I'm gonna go pee and grab my leftovers. I'll be right back.